What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Move Better channel. My name is John Pena-Serrata, and this is Dr. Joe in the house. And today we want to bring up this topic. For those that are hitting their middle age or so, and they haven't been moving or exercising much, but they want to get into, well, by the way, this is 40 right here. I'm a little bit older, but 40s. And they get into the workouts, and sometimes they overdo it because they feel like they're still in their 20s instead of taking it one step at a time. So today we're going to talk about that, and also how stretches and how people do stretches and sometimes they don't do it properly, and we want to break that myth. So here we go. One of the issues that always comes up is, can you touch your toes?
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Right?
Can I, look at me though, I can touch my toes. I don't know about you. All right.
Touch 'em.
So touching your toes, that's such a big thing as far as stretching is concerned. And a lot of times we always highlight the fact that our hamstrings are really tight, right? Yes? Yes. But a lot of times we actually are looking at it from a different, incorrect perspective, per se.
And a lot of the times now it's kind of overdone, right? There's a lot of people that get into that stretching position and they just sit in that stretch forever. I'm going to tell you guys right now, stretching your hamstrings at 40 could be a good thing, but the main thing that you want to look at this point is more patterns. Can you work a proper pattern? And this is the type of pattern that we want to see. So we want to get the feet together and we want to get a proper movement for this, right? We want to see his hips shift backwards, and we're going to see the front part of his hips go past his ankles back there as he reaches down. Now look, he's trying to protect his spine, which is not something that I want to do. I want to try to round out, reach down. I want to round out, and I want to round this spine. I want to see how much uniformity is from the lower back from his lower back all the way through his neck as he reaches down to touch his toes. Now, do you need to place your palms on the floor? I don't really care about that. I'm looking more for rounding of the lower back, hip shifting all the way back, and keeping his legs straight as he goes down. You don't have to sit, you can come on up. You don't have to sit in that type of stretch for so long. You can just get down there. Do you have the mobility to control yourself to get down in that position? Then the second thing is, can you strengthen that pattern, right? What can we do in order to keep that pattern going? Well, we could do a curl up where we're laying down on our back, almost like a sit up, and we can reach and touch our toes. We can add some J curls, some strengthening to that. We can add some weights to our hands, and we can reach all the way down and we can come all the way back up. Now, if you're in an acute situation, which is actually number 2, right? If you're in an acute situation, you don't want to add those weights and all of a sudden start doing J curls, because that's the mistake. The mistake is that we have to stretch an acute injury. So number 2, stretching an acute injury.
Right. So if you're actually injured or you feel a little pain here and there, some of the things that we've learned in the past is, oh, go stretch it out. Okay. That's not always the case. Okay. You got to remember, you got to listen to what your body tells you. There's a pain there for a reason. So therefore, there's something that's not functionally working right. So you don't want to necessarily just stretch it out right away. If you understand how the body works, there's a pain somewhere, and usually it's being caused by another part of your body, right? And those reflexes and those stimulation is just to tell you, hey, don't do that movement right now because I'm not ready for it. You got to be able to allow the body to understand that it's actually okay to do that stretch. So you got to identify what else might be causing that pain. Okay, so don't just overstretch it right away, okay?
Like lower back pain.
Like lower back pain, okay? So like, for example, you might feel lower pain right here. So some people are like, okay, well, just go ahead and stretch it out a little bit more, it'll get better. That's not necessarily the case. It might be like an anterior part of your hip that might need a little bit of stretching, okay? Not actually that part of your body. So that's where, if you don't understand how the body works, holler at us and we can possibly help you out with that. But just don't overstretch that part, that point of your body right away. Go talk to a professional and they could help you out.
It creates that false sense of security for that lower back. Right. And if you're overly stretching an area that doesn't want to be stretched, you might cause more pain and you might be adding into the injury. Causing insult to injury in that case, right?
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that you guys are moving the right way. So don't overly stretch that area. And then the third one is neck pain, right? A lot of people, when they have postural pain, when they're sitting at a desk all day long and they're already like this, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I see people just like what John's doing here, just grab their neck and pull and stretch. Does stretching relieve the pain? It will for a very, very short time. And the reason why is because you're allowing sensory nerves to kind of decrease its signal to the brain. And the brain is going, oh, well, okay, we're relaxed. It creates that false sense of security. We're relaxed. Let's back off of it. Let's let that muscle chill out for a quick second. And it does, creates that false sense of security, and then it comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
That's something that you guys got to be very careful for when you are overly stretching an area that doesn't want to contract,
Right.
or that wants to contract.
Right. So what you want to understand is, a lot of times if you overstretch, it actually can tighten up even more, because the muscle would want to protect the area at times, right?
Because it wants to contract.
Right.
It wants to pull back.
Too much stretching will make the muscle actually contract even more, which can cause even more pain in the future.
Yeah.
So that's why be careful when you're doing those type of things. And a lot of times just understanding, again, where is the source really coming from, right?
Yeah.
The source of the pain. So again, it's a little bit of a idea that you may not understand at this point unless you study anatomy. So
Yeah.
come holler at one of us. And
Yeah,
we'll help
we'll
you
definitely help you guys out. At this age, at this time, we always have an experienced attitude where we feel like we could just fix it ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just can't do that. Make sure you guys reach out to a professional that can help you guys out, find out what's really going wrong. And if you guys keep pushing through pain to get through it, because that's the mentality of a lot of men, right? Stretch
Pain,
in
no
your
gain,
40s.
no
No
pain,
pain,
no
no gain.
Nah.
Keep working on it. What we want you to do is reach out, and we want to be able to help you guys out. So again, reach out to us. Let us know. We're here to help you guys out. Like, subscribe, move better. Thanks, you guys.